So, the new M2 iPad Pros. I received many questions about which one I should buy. Should I get the 11-inch or the 12.9-inch? Well, let's talk about it. So, since you're interested in getting an iPad Pro, let's get these out of the way first. With these tablets, you're getting professional technology, meaning it will have many features that are very premium, but also very expensive. So don't expect things to be crazy economical at this price point. But with that said, if you are considering this tablet, for most people, either size will suffice. Anything from note-taking, video recording, photo or video editing, or other tablet-y uses can be done on either iPad. For context, here are the raw stats of both devices in question here. As you can tell, most of the features between the two devices are quite literally the same, such as with the same processor and RAM configurations. So performance-wise, things won't really change that much. But I want to draw your attention to the displays, which are where the majority of the differences come from. The 12.9-inch version of the iPad Pro sports Mini LED, a super attractive display technology that competes with OLED and the like. It looks really good, especially when compared to the 11-inch model's display, which, to be fair, doesn't look bad. In fact, it looks amazing, but it's not as good. And the brightness of the 12.9-inch version is also a little bit higher as well. So yeah, you can use the more expensive tablet in the sun a little better, which is great, but is it really worth $300? Because that's the price you'll be paying when going for the 12.9-inch version instead. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's look at this from an objective standpoint, the pros and cons of each device, because I want you to make this decision on your own. So to start off, obviously the 11-incher is cheaper by a significant margin. However, it also sacrifices features because of that price. This includes Mini LED, that high peak brightness, and one other thing that's very obvious but I haven't talked about yet, the screen size. Yeah, the 11-inch has far less screen real estate than the 12.9-inch one, because it's smaller, which can actually be a pro or con for some people. Let me explain. Being smaller, the 11-inch iPad Pro is a bit more portable. It fits in the backpack better and it weighs less, while the 12.9-inch one with the larger screen allows for more work to be done on it, which is a very notable point. The larger one is better for multitasking. You can do a lot more things with the bigger tablet with its bigger screen, but that's at the cost of portability and some battery life too. This is kind of an obvious point, but it's something that I wanted to address. There are trade-offs with the sizes of the screens, because since the 12.9-incher is a bit less portable, that probably means that it'll be more commonly used on the desk with the Magic Keyboard, while the 11-inch one might be better used more on the go. So although these might be the same devices overall, they serve different purposes. And therefore your purchase of either size should be tailored toward which purpose serves your specific needs. Focus on your needs. So which M2 iPad Pro should you buy? Well, that's your decision. But here's my advice. If you'll be mostly stationary while working, need a larger screen or one that is very detailed, and you can afford it, I would recommend purchasing the 12.9-inch M2 iPad Pro. It can do a lot because it's very large and has an impressive screen that's great for creatives. But if you're, let's say, a student and want something that's a bit more economical that can do nearly everything the 12.9-inch one can, I would recommend getting the 11-inch M2 iPad Pro. Like I said, it's the same device overall, just without the as premium screen. It will still satisfy all its users, especially with that portability. And that's my advice. Again, this is just my opinion, and you're ultimately the one to make the call on this decision. So in the end, I would recommend you go to your local Apple Store or Best Buy to check them out for yourself and to find out which one best fits your needs. My name is Cyrus. It's spelled like Cyrus, pronounced like sea rooster, just take out the ter. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Peace.